Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are joining us from today. My name is Celina Bryan. I'll be your host this session on What's Next, Life After the Masters in Marketing and Management for Luxury Tourism. I know that many of you were expecting to hear from some of our alumni who have graduated from this course, but as you may have seen and as you may be aware, the hospitality industry is picking up again, so yay! That means many places are starting to open up, and the alumni that we had for today's session unfortunately are not able to attend anymore because they got called into work because they are super busy with a number of them in peak season. But not to worry, today we are joined by Mr. Roberto Rodríguez, Career Services Manager, who will be able to tell us a little bit more about the types of careers that our alumni have had from graduating from this course. Roberto,
Great.
off to you.
Hi everyone. Thank you for joining us. Yes, it's a great news is that the industry is recovering. Obviously, the recovery is at different levels and different paces in different areas. But the truth is that we're getting back. We can see the light, and that is great for the hotel industry because we've been all of us, regardless of which industry we belong. The truth is that it's been a tough year for all of us. I'm assuming that for all of you as well. But now we can say that the hotel industry is having the green light, and in many areas, many destinations, and our students are actually are getting back to work. And the good news is that they couldn't be with us. Those that we've been approaching the last few days, that they are very happy to participate with you. But the thing is that they were actually quite busy. So sorry for the disappointment that you might be expecting a student instead of this person with the gray hair. But the good thing is that I can answer your possible questions. So if you have questions about anything that I might not be mentioning, I would like to share with you some stories of our students that they graduated from postgraduate in marketing and luxury tourism, which is the previous program and current program that we still have, because we are here to talk about the master's degree, which is more complete, which is one more semester. And to give you an overview of what they're doing now, those are they took the marketing program with us at Les Roches Marbella. So I don't know, Celina, if you prefer that I just kick off and share stories, or if you have questions that you would like me to.
No, I don't have any questions at the moment.
No?
If anybody has questions, feel free to drop it in the question box. We will go through periodically to answer some of the questions that you may have. Mr. Rodriguez here, very knowledgeable about Les Roches Marbella. He's been there for about 11 years, so has seen everything from the beginning programs until now this current program. But Roberto, why don't you take us away through some of the stories, especially,
Sure.
we've had some great successes with this program despite all of the challenges and hardships that were faced last year. So take it away.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, because I think it's, for me, it's like story to tell, because there's always, we must look at the positive side of things, and there's always a learning from these tough moments that we're going through. And we have cases that I would like to share with you. Three students that different areas, different destinations, but three of them took the marketing program. They actually finished. They took the program in 2019. They started the program in autumn 2019, so they finished in spring 2020. They went away for their internships, and I can tell you that, for example, I've got the case of Anna, that she was working. She got an opportunity for the marketing department in a five-star Grand Lux hotel in Madrid. That is now Westing. We've got another story from Guzman, which is another person who did the marketing program. And he went over to the Netherlands with W to work in the marketing department as well as an internship. And the third person that I would like to share the story with is Leandro. He he actually got a great opportunity for groups sales and groups in the for Europe, Middle East and Africa, based in London with Marriott. So actually the three of them were really excited with the opportunity. These example. Back 2020 happened, where we all know. And it actually was really tough for all of them. Imagine they invested money and time in getting the knowledge, and exciting when you decide to go for the program to make a change in your career, to look for a new step in your life. And all of a sudden 2020 came, and the little virus there that is bothering us all decided that we need to stop. So Guzman in the Netherlands needed to stop. The hotel was closed. We went back home. And in Madrid, the hotel closed, and she went back home. Leandro, who was in London, stayed in London, because the situation was that they were hoping that things will pass by and he could join. But unfortunately, things were actually, as you know, I don't need you to share how it was. So they went back home. And I had to tell you that all of us, even us, I think this is something all of you, we're a little bit, under, I would say even demotivated. What it's going to bring the future, what's going to happen, all of this, there's something new for all of us. And for all of us, regardless of where we come from, here we don't understand about languages, cultures, places where we live. All of us were hit by this, and all of us were a little bit insecure. What's coming? I have invested in my education, or I've got a plan to move abroad. And what is coming next? But now, as we were saying in the beginning of this conversation, things are recovering. And I've got those 3 students that they went through that, and they are back to work. But they are in 3 different companies, I have to share. One of them, in the case of the man who was in W, he got an offer right in the middle of 2020 in London with Wyndham Hotels Corporation, and he's working for Europe, Middle East, and Africa corporate office for sales in Wyndham. He's been there. He completed the internship, and with them, he's happy with him. He's really happy with them, and he's still working for them. And he's been working there since summer 2020, so he's now a year. So, and that was right in the middle of the 2020. So we always need to have hope. I mean, we really need to have positive thinking, because that will bring definitely positive things. Next story that I have for you is in Madrid. I don't know where you're based, but I'm sure that all of you know Four Seasons, which is a great hotel company, one of the luxury brands out there. And we're originally from Canada, but we've got great hotels all over the place. Well, Four Seasons decided to open in 2020 a brand new hotel in Madrid, right in the middle of the 2020. They opened in September, and they offered internship, and they found us, Les Roches Marbella. We've got an internship opportunity here. Do you know anybody? And we sent out our student Anna, the one that she was already in Madrid and decided to leave. She went back, and she was for marketing and PR internship. And then she finished the internship, and she applied for a new position in Four Seasons for food and beverage marketing specialist. So it's a specific marketing position, more related to food and beverage, but all marketing based. And she's working currently also there, happy, and job, no internships anymore. And see, another story in 2020. And the third case I would like to share with you guys is Leandro. This is the guy who was in London. But Mari decided that, well, we know how things are. We're actually very difficult in the UK, especially. Also, they've been, I mean, in the rest of Europe and in other areas as well. So they didn't really have a fixed date to recover at that time, and he was actually very desperate. And I was saying, so I need to do something. I mean, this is long enough, and I need to do something. And we were lucky to have an offer. The Middle East was reacting sooner than other areas, and at that time in Doha, Mandarin Oriental offered a position, direct entry job in the sales department as a reservation executive. And he applied, he went through the process successfully, and he's happy working for Mandarin Oriental, in this case in Dubai. So I think that when I was thinking about when they asked me to participate and have a chat with you guys to give you, I think that these stories, why are they so good? Not only because they 3 of them are working in great companies in different destinations, all marketing related, which is something which I would say, okay, this is what you can expect. But the good thing and the positive thing is that they made it happen in a really tough situation, a really, really difficult situation. So we still need to always have this positive thinking, that we just need to be patient. So if some of you are still thinking or wondering if it's the right decision or not, what is going to come, we just need to be positive. I mean, this is something that all of us together, we're gonna defeat this, I'm very sure. And we can see that the industry, not only I'll give you these 3 cases, but we contacted other alumni from the program, and they all are working, and it was difficult to actually find the time in their schedules to have a chat with you guys. So that is a good sign. In any case,
Great sign.
you have any question, if you've got any question about anything, feel free to type them, and I will be very happy to share.
Yeah. So we actually had a question come through, and it was, what kind of jobs am I supposed to expect after this program? So given that this is a master's in marketing and management for luxury tourism, as Roberto said, a lot of our alumni who have graduated, who actually just recently graduated from this master's last week, but previously before it was a postgraduate course, they tend to find themselves in sales and marketing, departments and sales and marketing roles. So the example of Anna Guzman, they are currently in, I think, sales, you mentioned?
Anna is in marketing, food and
Mhm.
beverage marketing specialist, and Guzman is in sales. Yes.
And then what about some of the previous alumni? Are they also, do they tend to gravitate more towards the sales and marketing side, or do they also end up finding themselves in operational roles?
Um, when somebody makes a decision to go for a master in marketing, luxury tourism, normally it's because they're very much in marketing oriented. So they know that marketing is the area that they want to work. I can give you like from the previous experience where our students are working, or they are, I would say that there are like three main different areas or boxes. One is marketing, as we mentioned just now. Some of them are working directly to marketing. Others is sales, that although they are definitely different. Sales and marketing is a department that we know that go hand and they are related one to the other. And in the program, actually, you learn about those two areas as well. And the third box that some of our students decide to go is events as well. So anything that has to do with coordination of events, organizing events, because this is also a topic that is covered in the program. Ideally, we, for instance, we are obviously Les Roches is global hospitality education. So anything that has to do with hospitality, I think that we have a great know-how, not only because of our faculty, our programs, but also the alumni that there are leaders out there worldwide. But also there is other sectors that they actually appreciate the hospitality know-how. So when you, some of our students went into the retail sector, let's say that, or luxury segmentation in the sense of maybe something more boutique, even winery, which is still related to us. When I say us, I say hospitality, but more at a different level. So in fact, from the career services department, we incorporate here that we basically what we do is we work with our students towards hospitality, but we also count with the expertise of external counselors, very much expert in retail and fashion industry, so that we combine that, so that we give like a bigger overview of what is luxury. So we are strong in hospitality. We encourage, obviously, to work on hospitality, which is what we are. But we understand that other sectors such as fashion, retailer, they appreciate the know-how of hospitality, which is to look into detail, to how do we treat, how do we welcome guests. That extra mile that we are very much used in the luxury segmentation in hospitality, something valuable in other sectors.
And speaking of an overview, during this course, the students also go on not study trips, but they have a lot of excursions. Tell us a little bit more about what they can expect in this course that helps them to have an overall knowledge about retail, luxury, and hospitality in one.
Sure, that we do. They have a lot of field trips, I have to say, and obviously every semester, every year, they incorporate new, and they go back to obviously they go to some excursions now that they've been working very well in the program. I can give you an overview of different activities that we normally do. For instance, they can visit winery, obviously, but they can visit as well a caviar that is here in the area near Marbella. That is like an artisan caviar factory that they actually make them organic, and they actually so they know what is the process of that. They also here, I don't know if the audience they know about Marbella, but Marbella is actually a place. It's a luxury destination for many people. There are lots of five-star hotels in the area, and top designers have their shops in here. So what they do is going with a shopping expert to the different shops. I don't know, I can name all the big names that you can think of: Louis Vuitton, Dior, Versace, Salvatore Ferragamo. All those big brands are in Puerto Banús. As you go one next to the other, so there is even one experience which is just visiting. What is the experience that in luxury, in retail, in shopping? What a guest is expecting? Because it's obviously not the same as when you go shopping to any, even if it's a great shop. But when you really think about luxury, it's not only what you get, which is the actual item or product that you purchase, but it's the whole experience with it. So students also participate with experts in shopping, as shopping assistants and all this, that they know what is the experience that the store managers want to create and the brands want to create, so that the actual customer gets the whole experience of the actual brand. We have the, we take advantage where we are based, because we are lucky to have different brands and different companies related to luxury in the area. So we also obviously visit hotels. We have, for instance, Anantara, that I'm very sure that is another brand that all of you know, which is a 5-star Grand Lux hotel that we have here, which is one of the top hotels in Spain. One of the great. So we go to see how they operate the hotel. The general manager of the hotel is the one that you will be talking to, for instance. Sometimes it could be a middle manager, other times it's a general manager, so that you get to see the different perspectives. But this is like some examples of different field trips that we have had in the past. Some of them will still take place in the future, but the faculty teams are actually working on different experiences.
And I think you mentioned as well earlier that there is an optional internship I guess, opportunity when you complete this course, this master's in marketing and management for luxury tourism. And this, for those that are on the call today, I think is a great opportunity for you to sort of test out and see, did you want to focus more on the marketing side, or perhaps you wanted to retail marketing, because of course the marketing that you would do for a luxury hotel will be slightly different to the marketing that you would do for luxury retail. And so this, and as you mentioned in your stories highlighting the 3 alumni earlier, they did take advantage of doing this internship to be able to get their foot in the door and experience what that hotel has to offer. Now, we had another question come through saying, you know, being an Asian, can I get my first job in Europe itself? That, I think, Roberto, I'll leave that to you. It's a very tricky question, because in terms of visas and those opportunities, but it definitely is possible. I mean, we do have a lot of Asian alumni that are currently living and working in Europe, and I think it just depends on the hotel or the organization if they're able to sponsor visas. Am I correct in saying that?
You're correct. When we talk about job, that's very important. Obviously, the requirements for every country is different. You normally need definitely work permit. I can share with you the experience of one student that is not European citizen that got an offer from a hotel in Germany because of the background of this student plus the degree. He got an offer for that H1 job for the 5-star hotel, Marriott Hotel in Germany, and the hotel is sponsoring the visa. That is something which is possible. It's true that depends very much on the actual company and the country. If, as you mentioned, the internship is something which is optional in the program. So one of the things that we do in the very beginning is we give you an induction and we tell you, hey, you have the option to take the internship. Some of you might not need an internship because you already have long experience, and what you want is to get the master's degree so you gain the knowledge and you apply in your current job, or is what you need to actually move forward in the company where you're working. But others is a way for you to somehow join marketing, certain marketing sectors, luxury segmentation. So I would say yes, take the opportunity of the internship. That will be your semester 3 of the program. Normally masters is composed by 2 semesters, semester 1 and 2. If you decide not to take the internship, you will be finished. You take your degree and you'll search for a job. And number 3 will be the internship. If you are not a European and you want to do an internship, it will be possible for you to do your internship in Spain and Portugal, for instance, because with your student visa to complete the program with us will allow you to take an internship in these 2 countries. So that will be an opportunity. But don't forget that when you talk about Europe, don't forget that European countries are very strict also with their local languages. So it will be depending very much. For certain positions, you will be required to have certain level of the local language. So it wouldn't, I'm not saying, I don't like the word impossible in anything. So I try to avoid that. But I have to tell you that if you don't speak any French, it's very unlikely that you will be able to be taking a role as an assistant manager or supervisor, because you will need to talk, your team will be probably French speakers, although they might speak other languages, such as English normally. But the truth is that if you need to interact with your customers, then you definitely need to know the local language. So don't forget about that. So that will be depending very much not only about the visa, but also what you bring with you. Because I mean, if you speak more languages, you will have more doors open, obviously.
Absolutely. And also, I think when you are looking for opportunities, whether they be internship or graduate roles, they will be very clear in what they're outlining in the requirements for the role. But speaking about roles and finding internships and graduate job opportunities, where can people find them? And is the majority of the students that graduate, do they find their internships or their graduate roles before they graduate? Is it typically afterwards? What have you found in the past, decade that you've had experience at Les Roches with?
I have to tell you that we give you actually, we give our students the resources at La Roche. So we train you, we give you different seminars, we tell you what to do. And I have to tell you that to get your internship, it's a lot of it's a lot of work. I mean, actually, if you're searching for a job, that is itself actually a job. With that, you need to have a very good organization. You need to have a plan. You need to do your tasks. So I would say that the more seriously you take the actual search, the better will go. So definitely, as soon as you decide, I'll go for the internship, then you go through the different seminars that we have prepared you to prepare you how. Yeah, let's have a look at your curriculum. Let's see how it looks. Let's improve it. Let's please attend the seminar about interview skills. Have a read of the questions that you're going to face, what to do, not to do. And then from there, you can start the process of searching. There are different channels. One of the things that we do when we started this last autumn, and we're still having also for this autumn, for instance, we did it in April. We're having already, I can share with you the date is the 3rd of November. We're planning to have it this on and on. Is for instance a virtual career day. This is an opportunity, whether you are taking the internship or you're not taking the internship, all of you will be invited because it's a great opportunity for networking. So that will be one online event that you will be invited to participate. And there you've got, I can share with you that we had 95 different companies from different parts of the world. And that was an opportunity for our students whether to search for an internship or to make a contact that they might not have a job right now, but it is someone that networking is very important for us in the sector. So the more people you know to be contacted, to be connected, the easier will be to get that job that you're longing for, that internship opportunity. So we'll give you the resources at the end of the day. So some students have their internship, they go to this, they do the seminars, they apply in our internal system, they got the internship. Others, they don't have the internship yet or they don't have a job yet, but they are in searching. There's no rush, there's no hurry for that. And because that depends where you want to go. Some students may want to go to the US, and now the US we need to wait because the visa is not being issued. So now we are in a situation that we need to, depending what you want, you will need to maybe change your plans in a way is not forgetting about your initial plan. It's about let's take another path to get where you want to get. And so rethinking what should be the strategy for you to follow to actually get where you wanted to get. The most important thing is to get to know you, to know each of you, to know what is your interest, what are your expectations, that you get the proper information from us. Also, where it's easier to find a job, where it's easier to have more opportunities, where it's more difficult, for instance, for the visa application, but it's more unlikely or more difficult, if not unlikely, to get a job if you're not from certain nationalities. All this information you get from us so that you know, okay, this is where I want to do, where I want to go, so that will be the strategy. The more time you invest, so you prepare, you take the time to listen to us, to talk to us as many times as you need, to take advantage of the seminars. So we are also having seminars from HR directors. We have last semester, for instance, for our marketing students from Loewe, which is a Spanish brand we have, and also from another Italian brand, we have HR directors that they're going to give you counseling, they're going to give you tips, they're going to give you recommendations. And that is another way of networking. To have a name of someone who is important in HR, and then from there, LinkedIn, anywhere, say, hello, I was in your seminar, that was great, and maybe that person knows someone that you need to be contacted to maybe move forward. So it's about understanding the different steps and to take advantage of all the resources that Les Roches has for you.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. And in addition to the resources that the school has on campus, whether you are studying remotely or you are physically on campus and present for these presentations, we also have an alumni platform which all of our master students are able to access, which we do offer tailor other types of roles that are different to the roles that the school has, so that you can have a wider selection of job opportunities and, of course, be able to apply for roles where other alumni are hiring. Now, we've just had another question come through saying, I'm looking forward to work as a luxury travel advisor, but I'd like to know how beneficial this course will be for me. So that is a great question. I can tell you right now, being myself an alumni, and I actually am the alumni engagement manager, we have a lot of alumni in our network that are currently working and founded their own luxury travel advising company. But in this course, this master's course in particular, How beneficial would it be for someone who's wanting to pursue a career in luxury travel advice?
I have to say that one of the things is that for you to be able to sell luxury is to know the segmentation, to know the market. You need to know the product and to know what is the type of guest that you will be selling your product. So the course will prepare you to give you the knowledge to understand product-wise and guest experience-wise. So you will definitely gain knowledge in a way, okay, so that if you want to even create your own company in the future about this, you have gained, so we're talking about fashion, we're talking about hotels, we're talking about wine. So at the end of the day, when you sell luxury traveler, a traveler that is into luxury wants the whole experience from the first moment. So you need to book my flight ticket and you need to know which are the airlines that are the top luxury ones, or maybe it's not an airline, it's a cruise, it's a private jet, I don't know. But look at different options, for instance, and also the experience of the guest. So the better you will know about the product and you will know about experiences from the guest. And I think that that is a good base for you to be able to sell, because you know what you're talking about. So it's not only about selling anything to anyone, it's a very specific segmentation that you need to have the knowledge about what you're selling and what your guest is expecting to have. What is this type of segmentation? What are they expecting? What would you need to impress someone that had high expectations already? How do you do this? So I would say that that would be my tip about what can you take with you if this is your plan of the future.
Yeah, I agree. And as well, if you do decide to enroll in this course, then you have all of the resources available, all of the tools, all of the faculty members on campus who have had years of experience. You also have access to the alumni network. Again, many of them who founded their own company who are also in luxury travel and tourism. And we have a lot of DMCs as well. So many different people that you can actually gain your knowledge and resources from.
And if I want to add, I would like to add as well the great thing that you've done last semester about the mentoring, the mentoring program as well. So you can even be in contact with those that are already working in the field and get recommendations from them, maybe. So
that's a great point, actually. Yeah. So
it's not only about the platform and all the resources which are great. Is that you can't say to meet somebody that they're doing what you want to do and they are part of the family, so it's easier.
Precisely, yeah. I forgot to mention, it's a great point. All of our master students have the option to join our mentoring program where you are able to be mentored by current alumni, but also by other industry leaders who are based internationally, depending on your department and area of your choosing. So depending on if you wanted to enter, luxury retail, we could partner you with a mentor who is in luxury retail. Same thing with, if you wanted to be a general manager, if you wanted to work in any other industry that you can think of within hospitality, there is somebody out there that is willing to help mentor you and can share their experiences with you. Now, we had another question come through, which is, can you give us a few tips for getting into luxury retail?
Okay. You need to know that there are some basics that there are for any luxury. Whether it is retail or it is hotel, there are some basics. What you need to know is to know the company where you want to apply for. That is one of the basic things to know. So when I mean to know, you need to do your own research. So when you think about retail, luxury retail, that's a big word. What are you thinking? Which brand? Are you talking about haute couture, or you're talking about pret-a-porter? Are you talking for an European brand, or I don't know, something which is more sustainable fashion? So you actually need to know, because although luxury is a big word, what I would do is to actually do the research of companies, so as to know what's their vision, what are their values. Because one thing which is very important is who you are, because this is about fitting in, so it's not only about working in luxury because you just want to be part of the luxury. Luxury is so big, but what luxury are you? Are you luxury Four Seasons, or are you luxury W? They're completely two different things. I'm talking now about hotel industry. W will appreciate a tattoo and will appreciate something more
lifestyle luxury.
more of another style lifestyle, something which is going to be funky. And that person, no, that would not be for Four Seasons at all. Four Seasons is more traditional, classic luxury. So who are you? So what I would do is you need to try to look for, when you think about luxury retail, is think about which type of brands, which type of companies are the ones that you would say that you will be fitting in. And no, a suggestion would be what you're good at, what is what you like to do. And my first step would be, why don't you do some research of jobs for those companies and have a precise and clear and slow reading of what they are. Try to get the keywords of what they are looking at, what they are looking for, and so that you have the better understanding of what, if that is the company that you want to apply. And also you will learn what they're looking at. They're looking at soft skills, they're looking at different languages. You need, maybe you are want to apply for a retailer who is French, and you see that all the offers, they speak French, they speak French, they speak French. But it's not about luxury here. You need to improve your French to have more opportunities in France. So my recommendation would be research, get to know you first, where you are fitting in, what is your way or your understanding of luxury, and then do some research of different brands. And the last exercise would be look for different jobs and try to read and get the keywords of what are the requirements, because they will tell you what they're looking for and what you need to do and reinforcing your profile of life.
Excellent. And I think that also not only applies to just luxury retail, but any job, any industry in general. That's very well said, Roberto.
Thank you. Yes, it's true. I mean, this is the basics for anyone. And I tell you, it works for luxury. It works for luxury as well. This is like the minimum that we need to do. And then from there, obviously, the knowledge that you gain in any program. Don't get me wrong. I love Les Roches. I am part of the Les Roches family, and it doesn't matter if you go to Switzerland, to Spain, or to China. It's my home, so I love Les Roches. There's no one better than that. But the knowledge that you get in any program, that is very important. The academic background is very important. You need to have the knowledge of what is the latest trends, what is the terminology, why things are so important, why the guests are, how can you manage your resources to be more efficient. So this is the that which is really important to move forward.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. I think we are running close to, actually, sorry, running slightly over time. Does anyone in the audience have any other questions about the program, about what you can expect after graduating from this program? Any other career-related questions? We have a career expert with us today, Mr. Roberto Rodríguez. We'll take a few last questions if anyone has anything.
No? In any case, Celina, if anyone is having a question at any other time, they could feel free to try to contact me or the enrollment department or anyone in the team, and they will forward whatever question. Be happy to help.
Great. Well, in that case, we will wrap up the session. Thank you again so much, Roberto, Mr. Rodríguez, for joining us today, in spite that we didn't have any alumni to share. But, you know, of course, it's so good that they are working, they're busy. You know, they just graduated last year, and despite of all the challenges that they face, they are still getting jobs and they are still being out there in the industry. For the audience members today, no matter where you're joining from, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. If you'd like some more information on the Masters in Marketing and Management for Luxury Tourism course, please don't forget to check out our website, lesroches.edu. And as Mr. Rodríguez said, if you had any questions, we are always available, so please don't hesitate to reach out. And we look forward to hopefully welcoming you into the Les Roches community.
Yes, thank you all for joining us. Have a great day.